Today we are in Central Asia for only the second World Cup ever held in Uzbekistan. We're in Samarkand, it's the third largest city in the country, and we have the elite women's race coming up in just a few moments' time. And as you can see from those pictures, it is a glorious day weather-wise. My name's Trevor Harris, delighted to have Triple Olympian Gillian Sanders alongside me for this one. And it's a small field relatively, Gillian, we're just showing it on your screen there, but it doesn't make trying to predict the winner particularly straightforward. You could maybe make a case for half a dozen of these women, or maybe even more.
Yeah, I think we're in for some exciting racing today. We've got Jess Fullagar returning from that fabulous silver medal from last year. Ilaria Zane was also in the top 10. And Elisa Koenig with that breakthrough year she had last year, also in contention. But yeah, really strong. Tilly Anema there in number 27. She's had a strong start to the year. So I think it's really open, Trip. It's going to be some exciting racing.
So away they go. I don't think anyone went early. And we are underway for the Samarkand World Cup of 2025. 32 women and a very, very open-looking event.
Yeah, and it looks like they're swimming straight into a headwind, so to speak. So the chop is going to be, coming straight towards them. We can see two athletes in the middle there look like they had quite a strong start.
Certainly one to watch. She's 26, Isakova, world ranking of 32. And if she carries on performing the way she has been, that's only going to go one way.
Yeah, and she just slotted in there, I think, in about third or fourth position. You can see behind our two leaders. About 4 athletes there swimming abreast as they round this buoy. You can just see the gaps there forming. So we've got 3 athletes, a gap to 4th, and then a sizable gap there to another 2 athletes strung out. So I think we've got Marta Kropko as well right up there, and you'll remember how strongly she cycled with Maya Kingman that event in Karlovy Vary. The 2 of them managed to stay off the front for the entirety of that 40k bike. So have the likes of her with Tilly Anema. Some firepower at the front of the race there. So about 16 seconds to Isakova.
Yeah, and they've still got 4 or 5 minutes to go in the water. So that could be out to 20, maybe even more by the time they do come out.
Look at these 3 athletes in a great position now.
We often see like a breakaway group that might have a 10 or a 12-second gap. And quite often they get reeled in relatively early, but that may not be the case this time.
It was around 20 seconds once they rounded that far turn, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's gone out to about 30 seconds. So Anema has got her bike.
Not even in sight when they get on the bikes. Wow, this is a massive, massive lead for these 3. If they can work together effectively, they are going to give that chasing group potentially a big problem.
Yeah, that's a huge gap. Isakova next into transition, 4th place. Jess Fullagar was out of the water in 5th. We know she's one of the strongest bikers. Elisa Koenig also up there, Melanie Santos. And then a further few seconds back, our second chase group here.
Yeah, and they are a country mile behind. I mean, we're only obviously 21, 22 minutes into this race, and they're playing catch-up big time.
Yeah, so that looks like Santos of Portugal, de Koenig, Marta Pincinel, Raimundo. So although those chasers came out of the water together, it looks like they've split. I think Fullagar might have really put some pressure down early, and she's in that trio chasing this front group of 3 athletes, Gautier, Anema, and Kropko. But you can see how well they're working there together. Koenig dropping off the back of Fullagar and Isakova here, so
tells you that Fullagar is really gunning.
So yeah, no sign there of Fullagar.
No, clearly something must have happened with Jess Fullagar. One of the strongest bikers in the field, if not the strongest.
You can see Isakova finding herself in no man's land, so to speak.
Yeah, that's a tough place to be, riding solo.
We've got a lot of small groups out there on the road. We've got our leading trio, Isakova on her own. Koenig not far behind Isakova, also dangling on her own. And then we've got the group with Melanie Santos, de Koenig, Pincinel, Raimundo, and Sakai. So those 4 athletes sitting in 6th through to 9th. So there's our chasers.
Yeah, they're gonna reel Isakova in the next few minutes, you would imagine.
But almost a minute and a half adrift now.
Well, they need to work very hard now if they want to just get back. See, it's a kind of agonising distance. It's kind of now or never, maybe.
Yeah, and with the wind, I think it's only going to make it harder for them. They really need to try and get onto that group as quickly as possible. The quicker that gap goes out, it's going to, I think, it looks like it back on. Yeah, just back on there.
Pretty much from the gun, they have dominated proceedings completely. So here come the leaders to complete their third lap. So 20k down, 20k to go. And the last we saw, the lead was nearing a minute and 20.
Oh!
Wow, two of them gone down. Out of absolutely nowhere, the whole complexion of the race changes again.
Wow, that was unexpected. So unfortunately, yeah, Anema and Kropko both gone down on that technical part coming out of transition.
Here it is.
It looked like just their wheels slid out, both of them. No contact made at all. It looked like Gautier was sitting in second. Anema on the front just looked like her wheel slid out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's got 2 more laps to ride solo. Really, really tough. And like we said, Trevor, she's going to be expending way more energy on her own. The rest of that group intact, barring Barbara de Koning. Unfortunately, he's dropped off, and you can see that second chase pack now.
Yeah, they're about 25 seconds behind the front chase pack, the ones at the foreground of your screen there. Even though the lead's diminished, I think she's doing pretty well, considering she's riding solo here.
Yeah, we can just see the chasers coming into shot now. She's riding extremely well.
She still has a 3/4 of a minute gap, does Gautier, over these 9 women. Amazing, isn't it? If you'd asked us 25 minutes ago, any of the women in the second chase pack, you wouldn't have given them an earthly, would you? You wouldn't have given them a prayer of getting on the podium. But now, it's not impossible. Gautier's on her own. They're only about 15 seconds behind these women going out of your shot. Still a chance.
Yeah, it feels like the entire dynamic of the whole race has shifted.
So now we've got a large group of women in behind the leader there, Mathilde Gautier. Gap's down to 37 seconds now, with that group of 21 as they are, chasing Mathilde Gautier.
So it's like a slick transition. Just grabbed her headband there, which will help with the cooling. And here comes our chasers. So it looks like that lead has certainly gone down even further.
32 seconds it is. And Gautier is away for the 4.5 lap 10k run. Well, Gautier is now only a few seconds clear of 5 in fact pursuers, including the likes of Isakova. Well, I think Gautier can hear the cavalry right behind. Isakova, Konix, Arpinelli, Anema. And Diana Isakova looking really good at this point. Konix currently in second place ahead of Arpinelli. Then Anema, then Gautier. And a little gap back to Pinternet. So 6 seconds now the lead for Isakova. And then Anema, you can see there, she's 4 seconds behind Konix and Arpinelli, who are running together pretty much in second and third.
So Isakova running a 34.05 in Yokohama last weekend. That was only 20 odd seconds behind the eventual winner of the race, Jean Leher. So it just shows that Isakova is in really strong run form. So Konix and Arpinelli second and third, 13, 14 seconds, and Anema and Morton around about 12 to 13 seconds behind these two. And that lead has gone out. So still Konix and Arpinelli sitting in second and third. And no sign yet of anyone coming from behind.
Arpinelli has been permanently on the shoulder of Koenigs. Koenigs doesn't seem to mind. Isakova, though, looks like she's been booked for the gold for some while. As soon as she went to the front in the run, she never looked back. Literally, she hasn't. And she hasn't had to. So having asked the question a couple of times, maybe at the third time of asking, Koenigs has got away. Arpinelli still trying to hang tough. It's not an insurmountable gap.
It's like she's trying to come back at her.
You've got to admire the courage here. She's trying to close again on Koenigs. So now Isakova can smell the finish line. It's been 2 hours of intense effort, but after 2 fantastic World Series races, she gets gold here in Samarkand. And that was a very, very tough race. Very hard conditions. Now then, we look behind and Koenigs looks like she's broken Arpinelli. It's a great battle for a long time between those two, but it's the French woman who is going to get the better of the Italian. It's a first World Cup medal for both of them, actually, but it will be silver for Leah Koenigs. And Costanza Arpinelli will take the bronze for Italy.
Fabulous battle between those two athletes right down to the finish. It's Ilaria Zane with a really strong run here. And she's going to finish in 4th place here today, one better than her 5th place here last year. And a sprint between the two Brits.
Well, this is good to see, and it looks like it's going to be Anema ahead of Morton. It is Anema's first ever World Cup race, and that's a very impressive performance. And you think what might have been had she not come down on the bike. Gauthier at least is going to get a top 10, and that's the very least of what she deserves after her excellence in the water and then on the bike.
I think she will be pleased with that. That 10th in Quater at a European Cup level, to come back and get an 8th at a World Cup level for an athlete returning from injury. I think, you know, she will be pleased. And Beatrice Malozzi, she's going to get herself into the top 10 as well.
Winning time was actually 7.5 minutes slower than last year, which gives you an idea of what the conditions have been like out there.
Это был мой 3-й Кубок мира. Я настраивалась на победу, но это лишь проходящий старт, и я готовлюсь к мировой серии через неделю. Я очень переживала, потому что это моя родина, 2-я, и я бежала только к победе.
The run was really hard because we worked really hard on the bike, but I felt like I want to make the podium. I don't think too much in the run. I had a really bad swim, so I just want to make everything I can on the bike to work really hard and catch up the group in front of us. And we did it, so it's okay. It's my first podium in the World Cup, so I'm just so happy to start the season with that.
Costanza, your first ever World Cup medal, that must be pretty special.
Yeah, I'm so happy about this race. It's my first time on a podium in a World Cup, so I couldn't be happier. The race didn't start really good because I don't really have a good swim, but on the run I knew I was feeling good, so I tried to just think about me and my pace and focus on me and follow Lea, but at the same time take my pace, and at the end I tried to give whatever I had, so I tried to take the 2nd place, but I'm still happy with the 3rd one. I was in the group that was behind, so a lot of girls crashed, so I was really nervous, and I was trying just to be focused and be careful on the curve, so I just tried to think about the bike and be focused and don't panic.
Both Koenigs and Arpinelli were nearly 2 minutes back out the water and still ended up on the podium. There's the proof of it. Just shy of 2 hours the winning time. Azani making it 2 Italians in the top 4 and then a couple of Brits. Pintanel with another good result. Gauthier certainly deserves a top 10.
Finishing in 3rd place, bronze medalist della Italia, Costanza Arpinelli. Representing France, Leah Koenigs. finishing in first place, our gold medalist, Diana Isakova.
Well, what a fine performance from Diana Isakova. 2 excellent displays in the World Triathlon Championship Series heading here, and now she's added a World Cup gold. Isakova, only her 3rd World Cup race actually. Leah Koenig's her 1st World Cup podium.
Thank
Same
you,
was
ladies.
true of
And I would like
Arpinelli.
to ask you to stick around because we are going to re-invite you